Hey everybody, welcome to my very first ever Sims 4 YouTube video. Actually, my very first YouTube video ever, which is very exciting. I've been wanting to make a channel for a while and I finally got around to doing it today. So, we're going to be starting a new Let's Play inspired by the new Sims pack that just came out, the Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature. So I'm going to be playing with a lot of the content from that pack. And since I'm such an occult lover, I love playing with occults in The Sims. I have all the occult packs for Sims 4. I decided would be fun to have a household with all the occult, well, not all of them, but a majority of the Sims 4 occults. And then on top of that, I got Spinning Plum Bob's expanded plant sim mod, so we're going to be using that as well. So I'm going to start off by showing all of the Sims. So here's our first sim, Willow Fawn. She is our plant sim. In live mode, since I'm using the expanded plant sims mod, for some reason it doesn't show like the skin details that it gives the plant sims in creative sim, but you'll be able to see that in live mode. But anyway, I'm going to go through all of her outfits real quick, and then I'm going to show you some of her traits and her preferences and all that, so you can look at that and pause if you need to. Other than like the traits and all that I've picked, I mean, I've thought about like my Sims personalities a little bit, but I think that's something I definitely want to develop while we play and just kind of see based off of all like the preferences and everything the likes and dislikes and all that, and their traits, just based off of that, how they kind of act. Maybe that will help me decide what type of personality these Sims have. Yeah, so here's our next Sim. So here is Lydia Crow. She is our vampire. I love her darker, more gothic aesthetic. I was kind of thinking for her that she's definitely been alive for a couple centuries. Like, she's pretty old. I forgot. I'm going to go back and show you Willow's walk style and her traits and her pronouns and all that. Anyway, so we're back to Lydia. So I think she's been alive for a few centuries now. Obviously, she's has some more modern outfits, but also some older outfits as well. And she's going to be one of our darker Sims. As you can see, she has the evil trait, so that'll be definitely fun to play with. Next, we have Cade Mapleberry. So he is our spellcaster. Um, he is still learning how to be a spellcaster. I think he's going to lean more into potions, just so we can learn more about like the alchemy and all the new stuff with the new Enchanted by Nature pack. Next, we have Hawk Kennedy. He is our ghost. I'm very excited because I haven't really played through like the life and death ghost power, so I'm very excited to do that. With him, I definitely want him to focus on like his bucket list and his afterlife and all the stuff with the ghost that came with that pack. And I think it'd be very cool if we can get it so he could be reincarnated. And I had him. He's been alive for a couple decades as well, just like Lydia, and he died by a meteorite. So we'll probably find out more about that later. Next, we have Destiny Coles. She is our werewolf. She's definitely more of like the artsy sim. I'm going to be having her get into pottery and all that. And out of all of them, I think her outfits are my favorite that I created. And then here is her werewolf form. I think I'm going to go and update it in the future, maybe add some like accessories and all that, but I kept it pretty simple for now. Lastly, we have Alvaro Azulia. He's my first ever fairy sim I created in The Sims 4, and I have to say, it was so much fun. I really hope the gameplay is as much fun as creating a fairy. But, yeah, he has a lot of crazy outfits, and I also made him, I believe it's called a sitar, or also you can call it a fawn, so like half animal, half human. They had the cool antlers, and I had CC like goat legs, and they also had some that stuff in the pack as well, so that was cool to use. Okay, so here is our house where we'll be living. So I actually downloaded this house off the gallery. I believe the creator was called um, Pumps Carol. So she built this house, but actually in the inside it was all empty and I furnished it up. So I'm going to be giving you guys a tour of the house today. So this is so much fun to decorate because I got to give each a cult their own room, and I got to use the furniture from their packs, and it was also fun just to use it all together as well. So we're gonna take a quick little tour. So starting off here is the backyard. We have a picnic table, a campfire, a little pond and a picnic basket, as well as a place to fish. And then over here we have some outdoor planters, and we have our indoor planters in the greenhouse. The reason that there's already plants in these is because I'm actually taking this video after the first gameplay episode, which is like the second episode. So that's why that's there. But anyway, you have this cute little path that's here, and then if you go around, we have this cool flower that'll be growing throughout the next few episodes. That's part of the expanded Plant Sims mod, and I actually don't know what it's going to do, so we're going to find that out together. Then we have Hawk's gravestone right here. Very cool. And we have a crystal charging station because we'll be using the crystals. And then in the back of the house, look how nice that looks. I love how you can see throughout the windows. We have a pool and some beautiful views. So some lounge chairs. I love this house, guys. Before we go inside, I just want to show it real quickly in the daytime using build mode. So here's the neighborhood that we'll be in. Very cute. Okay, it's time to go inside. Here's our first room. So we have some suitcases because actually in the second episode we had some guests visiting, so you'll be able to find out more about that later. Here's our pottery room. We already got started on some pottery. And then here we have the bathroom. Very cool looking. I used a lot of stuff from the fairies pack. And then if you move this way, here is the kitchen. So it looks like one of our guests is maybe cooking up something. Yeah, so we used a lot of the stuff from the Enchanted by Nature pack. I wanted the house to look very naturey and occult, like just to fit into the world. I know it's more of like a modern style, but we definitely made it look like it fit in this world. So here's their dining room table, and we have the hot pot, this cute little mushroom, and then we're gonna go into the living room. So of course I had to include their computer and the desk. I thought this was so cute. And then here is the apothecary table, and we have our fairy house and some collectibles on the shelf. And then here's our fireplace. We actually don't have a TV. If we need one in the future, we can get one, but for now, I don't think we need one. You'll also see we have some of these plants around the house. These are from the new pack, and you can actually take care of them. And we have some cross stitching. I tried to put a lot of hobbies around the house. Okay, so here's the upstairs. We have our gemology station and an easel. I tried to make like the doors of each room all decorated so you kind of can tell which room is who. So this is our fairies room, and you can kind of tell because there's a lot of plants all around. And then we have our werewolf, and you can tell with the footprints, and actually if you see it leads into the room as well. So our footprints, and then we have the spellcaster little station right here, leading into the spellcaster room. And we have our vampire room. This one I wasn't really sure what to do, so I just made a different door just to make it look more mysterious. And then this is just an empty room that we have. So let's start in the fairies room, Elvira's room. Very naturey, kind of matches the rest of the house. Next, let's look at Destiny's room, the werewolf. As you can tell, I definitely used a majority of stuff from the werewolves pack. I also thought this little poster was so cute. Next, we have Cade's room. So this is our spellcaster's room. We actually got him a wand in episode 2, so that's where that came from. And we have our cauldron, and just a lot of plants. And of course, our little picture of the magic realm. Next, we have our vampire's room. So she has a crow, of course, our picture memorializing the vampire leader, Vlad. We have a cool crack that leads to, I don't even know, the underworld. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, but I thought it was cool. We have our crow, as I said. And then we also have the paranormal table, which I thought was pretty cool. I think she's going to get into that as well. Then lastly, we have just another activities room. So we have, our ghost doesn't have a room just because he's a ghost. So he's going to be sleeping anywhere. But we have a piano in here and just a desk. And we have this cool nature press. I also forgot to mention that Willow will be participating in the, I believe it's called the naturalist skill, where they can sleep outside and all that. But I did get her a bed for now to sleep outside. I thought this was so cute. Came with the expanded plant sims mod. And with the expanded plant sims mod, they'll be able to create furniture as well out of plants. So we'll be doing that and probably expanding this area. But I want her to be living outside just because she's a plant sim. So that's why her bedroom's right here. So that'll be it for this episode. I'm very excited to put out this one as well as episode 2, which I already recorded. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know who your favorite cult is. And if you have any suggestions for maybe some storylines I should take with these sims, or, oh, it looks like we have an ailment already over there. We'll be handling that in the episode 3. But anyway, let me know if you enjoyed the episode. If you have any suggestions, feel free to follow and subscribe, as well as like the video. Thank you.